This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. Until recently, becoming a global communicator was difficult due to the lack of technology. Engaging in international businesses was almost impossible, finding friends abroad was challenging. And how do we effectively communicate globally through writing alone? Thankfully, that has now changed. Global communication has been made easy. Introducing new and effective technologies such as the internet and telephones have made it cheaper and faster. With our expanding company now engaging in business with Japan, Germany, and France, each employee must learn to be a global communicator. The purpose of this is to enhance the working relationships in the three countries, avoid shameful language that can destroy an interaction, and help us diversify. We shall discuss tips and strategies on how to be effective global communicators. Learn the other cultures. To become an influential global communicator, one needs to conduct research on the other culture to learn how to communicate with them. Due to cultural differences, each cultural language differs from the other. One needs to get out of the local communication he is used to and adopt global communication. This tends to be difficult if the other culture is not understood properly, and a lack of research can hinder effective communication. Gray suggests that one needs to visit the other culture and completely immerse himself in it to understand it better. Tan tends to agree with this by arguing that each community has a different way of how they conduct its business and that one needs to learn the different cultures of that community. Break language barriers. The English language is commonly used when communicating, but one should be wary of countries that do not use it as a primary language. In our case, we shall be engaging with the people from France whose primary language is French and not English. In order to effectively communicate with our counterparts from France, one should avoid witty English jargon and maintain simplicity. It is also important to note some of the words used in communication, as some countries consider some words offensive in their culture. Learn to read between the lines. Some cultures are very sensitive, and one should be careful when communicating with them. If it is a face-to-face meeting, learn how to watch the body language of the listeners to determine whether your language is causing discomfort or not. If it is through a telephone call, some actions, like silence on the other end, can indicate many reactions to the discussion at hand. This helps one to know how his information or message is being received. If an odd expression is noticed, one needs to tactically change the wordings he uses to communicate. Learn how to localize. Any global communicator needs to learn how to localize tactfully with the locals. According to Gray, localization must balance its expense and the benefits one expects to achieve. Muddyman further advises that when localizing, one should not be keen on the localized words being communicated rather than the message being put across to the local employees. One should seek the services of a local communicator or a firm with expertise in effective translation. Research on the country's work culture. Each country handles its businesses differently. According to Tan, one needs to do research on how different countries do their business. In Japan, for example, they like going straight to business, and their impatience will automatically tell if you are veering off the subject. In the research, one needs to know how employees in different countries react and feel toward specific messages being communicated to them. The employees in Germany, for example, expect a message that is put in the company's goals context. Those in France, on the other hand, prefer messages that have consequences that will last for a more extended period. A good way of understanding the work culture of the different countries will be by encouraging feedback kind of communication in any of the messages sent to them. This helps to understand how they conduct their business in the feedback message and to be able to gauge their feelings towards a particular thing. It also helps to build trust between the two companies. Embrace the modern technology. Acquiring the state-of-the-art communication equipment and learning how to operate them should be among the main priorities of any global communicator. Technology has advanced over the years, and one should be able to keep up to date with the latest trend for effective communication worldwide. This avoids delays in any business transaction, and any global communicator should never forget that time lost is money lost. Conclusion: anybody can learn how to become a global communicator, and it only calls for individual passion to learn how to do so. We shall all need to learn by following the tips to enhance our business relations with France, Germany, and Japan. Did you like this global communication and international relations sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the database of academic paper examples at ivpanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs.